you're coming into the Anglican Church, you may wonder, what type of music can you expect to hear? Well, that really depends on what Anglican Church you go to, because there's a lot of breadth in the Anglican Church. There's breadth of expression liturgically, there's breadth of expression musically. And so it really depends. Some churches use more contemporary music, some churches use more traditional music. A lot of churches use a combination of both. So it really depends. But I think whichever church type you find, I think that it is important to remember a couple of things in regards to music in the church. First off, we should be making use of sacred music. And I like a lot of bands and I like a lot of music, but a lot of those are not appropriate or don't fit the place of worship. So we should be using sacred music, for one. Secondly, the music needs to be singable. There's a lot of music, both on the traditional side and on the contemporary side, that may be great songs, great tunes, but they're not very singable for a congregation. So I think it's important to vet our music in such a way as that it's singable for a congregation. There are hymns that are extremely difficult to sing for an untrained choir, just a regular congregation. There are plenty of contemporary songs that are great performance pieces, but not very good for congregational singing. So we need to ask that question. And lastly, I think we need to really ask the question about theology. And this is something I think we've really not asked hard enough, particularly in light of contemporary music, where we tend to sort of use music that is emotive and music that people enjoy, and not really ask the questions about the theology that is being expounded in the lyrical content of the music. So I think that's very important. A lot of our traditional hymns have been around for hundreds of years, and they've been vetted and looked over and tested over time, where more contemporary music, less so. And there are a lot of contemporary songs that, again, have a great tune and people love them and they're emotive, but theologically they're pretty poor and vacuous in some cases. So I think that's an important thing to consider. But all that being said, I think one of the things to remember about Anglican churches, and I think something that I think hopefully will stay as a part of American Christianity in general, is congregational singing. I'm not a good singer. I make no excuses. I just don't have the genes. But I sing the best that I can. And my voice, I've noticed, the older I've gotten, the more I pay attention to the voices around me, I can tell that my voice is strengthened and I gain confidence by the voices that are around me. And I think that's an important point to make, not only about singing, but about our involvement in our church communities as well. We're stronger together. And we encourage one another and help one another by joining together. So let our congregational singing be joyful, and let our congregational singing be strong. And I pray that whatever type of Anglican church you go to, whether it leans more towards the contemporary or more towards the traditional, that they will have a solid program of good singable music with profound and wonderful theology to lead you in your discipleship and following of Christ. Blessings.